Assalamu alaikum, my dear learners and viewers. How are you? I hope you are well by the mercy of Almighty Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. I am also very well. Dear learners, at first I want to give thanks our Minister of Education and the head of our institutions who have arranged your online class for the betterment of you. And and they arranged your online class so that you can carry on your studies very smoothly, sitting at home. Okay, dear learners, now I want to welcome you all to my class. Uh, yes, welcome everybody to my class. Dear learners, in our last class we discussed how to transform a comparative degree to superlative. Now, today we'll discuss another topics. Now, before this, I want to introduce myself. As usually, I am Muhammad Sultan Kobir, uh, assistant teacher English in Hyderabad Government High School, and our today's class is for class 7 to class 10 and English second paper. Okay, today I will discuss a transformation of sentence superlative to comparative. Okay, dear learners, now get ready and take all the necessaries to carry on the class. Okay, now our today's learning outcome is at the end of the lesson we will be able to identify the structure of superlative and comparative degree and identify the structure of changing superlative into comparative uh, and then change from superlative to comparative. Okay, now dear learners, look the structure of superlative degree here. Okay, subject plus verb plus the plus superlative form of adjective plus extension. If the superlative degree is in this form, okay, then how can we change this superlative degree to comparative one? Okay, now look at the structure. We'll write down the same subject and same verb, then we'll write down the comparative form of adjective, and then we'll add then any other, then the extension. Okay, now dear learners, if you don't have a clear idea, I want to clarify it. যদি কোনো সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রি গঠনটা আমরা এইভাবে দেখবো সাবজেক্ট প্লাস ভার্ব তারপরে দিয়ে আছে কিনা, এটা কিন্তু খুব ভাইটাল পয়েন্ট। ভার্বের পরে দিয়ে আছে না ওয়ান অফ দি, ইফ after verb there is the, then out we can sense such types of superlative degree to compare it by following this structure. What is the structure? Subject plus verb, the same subject of the superlative degree and the verb will remain unchanged. Okay, then we'll write down the comparative form of superlative form of adjective. So you know how can we change the form? We'll write down year at the place of est and we will write down more at the place of most. Okay, and after this we'll write down then any other. Okay, and then the extension, that means the additional part of the sentence. Okay, now look at the example here. Okay, a dolphin is the most interesting aquatic creature. Look at the structure of the sentence. Subject dolphin, then verb is, then the most interesting, this is the superlative form of adjective, and the extension aquatic creature. Okay, so what would be the comparative form of the adjective of the superlative degree? Okay, so to change this superlative degree into comparative we must follow this structure. What is this structure? We'll write down the same subject and verb, then we'll write down the comparative form of the adjective, so and then any other, and then the extension. Okay, look at the example here. So dolphin is more interesting, so here we have written more at the place of most, then interesting, and after adjective we have written then any other. What? Then any other, then the extension. What was the extension? Aquatic creature. Okay, so in this way we can change a superlative degree into comparative. Am I clear? Okay, fine. So dear learners, I want to say something in Bengali here. যদি কোনো সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রিতে দি থাকে তাহলে সেই সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রিকে আমরা কি করব, যখন কম্পারেটিভ করব তখন আমরা ওই সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রির যে সাবজেক্ট এবং ভার্ব যেটা থাকবে সেটা আমরা অপরিবর্তিত অবস্থায় রেখে দেব। তারপর আমরা কি করব, দিটা অবশ্যই বাদ দিয়ে দেব। এরপর আমরা কি করব, যেটা সুপারলেটিভ ফর্ম ছিল সেই সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মটাকে কম্পারেটিভ ফর্ম করব। এবং সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মকে কম্পারেটিভ করার সহজ উপায়, যদি ইএসটি থাকে ইএসটির জায়গায় আমরা ইয়ার লিখব, আর যদি মোস্ট থাকে মোস্টের জায়গায় কি করব, মোর লিখে দেব। ওকে, এর পর আমরা একটা দেন লিখবো। কি লিখবো? দেন। আর যেহেতু দিয়ে আছে সেহেতু আমরা দেনের পরে কি করবো, এনি আদার যোগ করবো। কি করবো? দেন ফাইন। এরপরে বাদ বাকি সেন্টেন্সের যে অংশটুকু থাকবে সেটুকু আমরা লিখে দেবো। ওকে, ফাইন। সো dear learners, now we can proceed on. There is another structure of superlative form. Okay, look, the structure here: subject plus verb plus the plus superlative form adjective and then of all plus noun plus extension. Dear learners, এখানে একটু ভিন্নতা আছে, এখানে দিয়ে আছে যদিও, তারপর আমরা এখানে যে অ্যাডজেক্টিভ সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মের পর আমরা কি দেখতে পাচ্ছি, অফ অল। So for this difference, this special characteristics, we can write down, we can change this superlative form into comparative one by following this structure. Look at this structure. We'll write down the subject and verb and then the comparative form of adjective, then all other. Okay, this is the difference. And plus noun plus extension. যখন কোনো সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রিতে দি থাকবে কিন্তু এর পরে সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মের পরে যদি অফ অল থাকে তাহলে এই জাতীয় সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রিকে আমরা কম্পারেটিভ করার সময় কি করব, সাবজেক্ট লিখব, ভার্ব লিখব, তারপর কম্পারেটিভ ফর্ম লিখব, এরপর আমরা দেন অল আদার। এটা একটু পার্থক্য, আমরা আগেরটা কি লিখছিলাম, দেন এনি আদার, আর অফ অল থাকার কারণে আমরা এখানে কি লিখবো, দেন অল আদার। এরপর এক্সটেনশন নাউন সহ বাদ বাকি যে অংশটুকু থাকবো আমরা লিখে দেবো। Am I clear? So if the superlative form, superlative degree contains of all, then we can change such types of superlative degree into comparative by following this structure. What is this structure? We'll write down the subject and verb, then the comparative form of adjective, and after comparative form, then we'll write down then all other. What? Then all other. Okay. After then all other, we'll write down the extension or the noun plus extension. Am I clear? Fine. So now look at the example here. This dolphin is the best of all dolphins. This dolphin is the best of all dolphins. Look at here. This is superlative degree and here of all. So we can sense these types of superlative degree into comparative by following structure. What is this structure? Subject plus verb. So that's why this dolphin, subject and verb is here is, and the comparative form of the superlative form best, here better. Okay, then all other. Why? For of all. যখনই of all থাকবে আমরা then এর পরে all other লিখব এবং rest of the sentence, that means extension. কি বুঝাতে পেরেছি? তারপর আবার একটু বলি, যখন কোনো সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রিতে দি থাকবে কিন্তু এই সেন্টেন্সে যদি সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মের পরে অফ অল থাকে, সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মের পরে কি থাকবে, অফ অল, তাহলে আমরা কি করব, সেই সুপারলেটিভ ডিগ্রিকে যখন কম্পারেটিভ করব তখন আমরা কি করব, সাবজেক্ট এবং ভার্বটা লিখব, এরপরে সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মটাকে আমরা কম্পারেটিভ ফর্ম করব, এরপরে আমরা দেন লিখব, দেনের পরে কি করব, ওই অফ অল থাকার কারণে অল আদার লিখব। ওকে, এরপর আমরা ওই সেন্টেন্সের অফ অলের পরে যা থাকবে সব লিখে দেব, তাহলে আমাদের কম্পারেটিভ হয়ে যাবে। I hope you have understood that. Okay, so here for of all we write down here then all other. Okay, so this is of all, and at the place of all we have write down all other. I think you have understood this clearly. Okay, dear learners, now okay, there are 4 dolphins here and this one is the smallest one. Okay, so now this is the sentence. It is the smallest of all dolphins. Am I clear? It is the smallest of all dolphins. So the comparative form of the superlative degree is here. It is smaller than all other dolphins. It is smaller than all other dolphins. I think you have understood it. Okay. Now this is another dolphin here. Okay, this is the fattest of all dolphins. This is the fattest of all dolphins, dear learners. Uh, Here you are asked to change this superlative form into comparative. So to make it comparative, we'll write down the subject and verb. What is the subject here? This. And verb is here. And then we'll write down the comparative form of the superlative. So what is the superlative form? Fattest. So the comparative form of fattest is fatter. So this, look at the answer. This is fatter, okay? This is fatter than all other terms. Okay, fine. Dear learners, here another structure of superlative degree. Look, subject plus verb plus one of the. This is the difference. Subject plus verb plus one of the, then the superlative form of adjective plus noun plus extension. In our previous two rules, we have seen after verb there is the, okay? But here after verb one of the. This is the difference. So if the superlative degree contains one of the, so how can we change such types of superlative degree into comparative one? Okay, now look at the structure of comparative one. So we'll write down the same subject and verb, then the comparative form adjective, and after comparative form we'll write down then most other. Okay, and plus extension. সুপ্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী, এখানে একটা জিনিস অবশ্যই খেয়াল করতে হবে, আমরা ভার্বের পরে দি আছে না ওয়ান অবধি আছে, আমরা এটা অবশ্যই লক্ষ্য করব। যদি ভার্বের পরে ওয়ান অবধি থাকে তাহলে আমরা কি করব, আমরা একইভাবে সাবজেক্ট ভার্ব লিখবো, তারপরে কম্পারেটিভ ফর্মটা লিখবো, এরপরে কি করব, দেন আমরা আগের দুইটা দেখেছি, দেন এরপর একটা এনি আদার, যখন শুধু দি ছিল আর কোনো কিছু ছিল না তখন এনি আদার লিখেছিলাম, আর যখন দি ছিল কিন্তু সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মের পরে অফ অল ছিল তখন আমরা দেনের পরে অল আদার লিখেছিলাম। আর এখানে একটা খেয়াল করতে হবে যে ওয়ান অবধি থাকলে আমরা দেনের পরে কি লিখবো, মোস্ট আদার। দেনের পরে কি লিখবো, মোস্ট আদার। ফাইন। এরপর আমরা কি করব, ওই সুপারলেটিভ ফর্মের পরে যা কিছু থাকবে নাউন সহ বাদ বাকি অংশটা লিখে দেবো। ফাইন। So if the superlative degree has one of the, then we can change this superlative degree into comparative by the structure. What is the structure? We'll write down the subject plus verb, then we'll write down the comparative form of the adjective. After comparative form of adjective, we'll write down then most other. Am I clear? Okay, after most other, we'll write down the rest of the sentence. That means the noun plus extension. Okay. Now here is the example. It is one of the biggest dolphins in the sea. So it is one of the. So as this sentence has one of the, we can change this superlative degree to comparative by following the structure. What is this structure? We'll write down the subject plus verb. So it is. Then the comparative form of the superlative form, biggest. So the comparative form of biggest is bigger. Okay, then most other. Then most other. Then the rest of the sentence, dolphins in the sea. Okay. Do you have any questions? No. Fine. So, dear learners, here is another example. This is one of the most beautiful sceneries in the sea. This is one of the most beautiful sceneries in the sea. Look, here, one of the. So, we can change it into comparative by following the structure, subject and plus verb, okay? So, this is more beautiful than most other sceneries in the sea. Okay, dear learners, now your class activities, okay, do it, and I will request you to copy all the sentences at the beginning very quickly. Okay, there are 7 sentences here, so you will change all these 7 sentences into comparative. The first one is the dolphin is the most attentive creature. Second one, it is the strongest creature also. Third one, it can show the most beautiful performance in games. Number 4, it is one of the attractive aquatic creatures. Number 5, it is the most skilled of all creatures. Number 6, it is one of the cleanest creatures also. Number 7, it can imitate the best performance of all creators. So you will write down the comparative form of all the 7 sentences and do it by following all the structure which we have learned today. Okay, dear learners, now do it. Okay, now the answers of this. Now we can match your answer with me. The first one, the dolphin is more attentive than any other creature. Number 2, it is stronger than any other creature also. Number 3, it can show more beautiful any other, sorry, there is a mistake here, than any other performance in games. I'm really sorry for making a mistake here. Okay, dear learners, so, the correct answer would be it can show more beautiful, it can show more beautiful than any other performance in the games. Number 4, it is more attractive than most other aquatic creatures. Number 5, it is more skilled than all other creatures. Number 6, it is cleaner than most other creatures also. And number 7, it can imitate better than all other performance. So, dear learners, I hope you have done all these activities and without any mistake. Okay, so I want to repeat all the 3 rules which we have learned today. The first one is if the superlative degree has only the, then we can change the superlative degree to comparative by following steps. So we'll write down the same subject and verb of the superlative degree. Then we'll write down the comparative form of the superlative form. After comparative form, we'll write down then any other. Then the rest of the sentences. And if the superlative degree has the but in this sentence has of all, we'll write down, we can change this superlative degree into comparative by following the structure. What is the structure? We will write down the same subject and verb. After which we write down the comparative form of the superlative. Then we'll write down then all other. This is the difference. If the superlative degree has of all, we'll write down then all other. Then the rest of the sentences. Okay. And the third one, if the superlative degree has one of the. If the superlative degree has one of the, we can change this superlative degree to comparative by following the structure. What is the structure? The structure is here. We'll write down the same subject and verb. Then we'll write down the comparative form of the superlative form. Then we'll write down then most other. Why? For the one of the. Okay. And after then most other, we'll write down the extension or rest of the sentences. And by following all these 3 rules, we can change any types of superlative degree to comparative. Okay, dear learners. So that is the end of the day, and I hope you have learned all the 3 rules we have discussed today. If you have any problems, you can see the class again and again, and you can share this class for your friends so that those who have missed the class today, they can see the class. For this reason, you must share this video, and learners, for your betterment, for getting more video class, online class, you can subscribe my YouTube channel, and it will help you. Okay, dear learners. So, uh, we are passing a very hard situation, and if we are aware of this condition, we can save ourselves along with our family. And for save it for savings our family. We must stay at home, and whenever we go outside, we must wear mask, and we must keep social distance. And by following all the rules of health and hygiene, we can save. But all things depend on our Almighty. So we should pray our Almighty in times, and we always beg or pardon to our Almighty, and we always beg His blessing. So, dear learners, stay at home, stay safe, pray for all, and if Allah keeps us alive, we'll meet soon. So, till then, you will remain safe, and you will pray for all and pray for me also. So, till then, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.